Hey everybody, my name is Morgan, and welcome back to the YouTube version of Podcast of the Dragon, where I talk about the Wheel of Time on Prime. I'm on episode 2. The Wheel of Time Season 2 is dropped today, and I am ready to watch and do my react. I'm just going to kick this off right away. I thought episode 1 was wonderful, and really enjoyed it, and I'm going to get the ball rolling right now. Everyone's having bad dreams. Oh man. They didn't waste any time. Lanfear being a creepy cougar.
Used to know me when I bought for this month. Maybe they love to charge you interest.
Write something, Steve, for me.
Oh.
All these nights together and it's always the same ending.
Poor Rand. I love the intimation that basically she's making him pay for his rent by sleeping with her, because that makes it even more violating. Oh, she's awful. Flinging tortillas? Hell yeah. Wow, I love how they did the topless towers. You have to have papers to get into the main city. It's like a doctor's coat. But they not giving us the awesome intro again? That intro was so good. Everybody loved it. Back at Varen and Adelius' house. Boy, they look hammered.
You sure you don't need more healing? My sister and I decided to accompany you.
She looks thrilled.
I assume you'll head to the White Tower first. I have been exiled from the tower.
I love Maureen's costume, or her wardrobe, outfit, whatever. Well, obviously things haven't improved between them.
You can't have Tomas ready, my horse. You're still weak from the healing. And I don't want my saddle to slip.
You certainly won't bloody well catch him if
God, that's pretty.
bastard refuses to ride a horse.
That looks like Oregon.
Let's go over. Wherever we can find a crossing.
Are you gonna find a myrtle hammer to a door? A dark friend's safe house. That makes it sound so secret agent-y. Oh, Perrin has a sword. I love his doublet.
Sorry, we were worried that you might. This is where it happened. Harry, you alright? Useful to know the difference between vision and reality. Whatever you're doing to me, I want no part of it. Doesn't work that way. There's something you need to see. What could do this to your fair? You think it was bad and fair? Like the horses. We'll stay in that village by the river tonight. Hey, how did you get past the guards? The guards let me in like they do every day. Come to take me for a walk. We get to start fresh every day. But we always charismatic.
I love Yosha's Rand. He does such a good job of really embodying all the sweetness and pureness of the character. And, you know, I'm a hardcore Rand stan, so I really, really appreciate him. I think he does such a good job. I think he really gets Rand.
Vicious fighters, you lot. I saw one cut down a whole brigade on his own. And you're really
Even fiercer?
even fiercer.
That's like the glory days, right on that?
Get out of here now, come on.
He's easy to wind up, that one. It was good for a laugh.
You're going to wind up the wrong person one of these days.
Oh, you?
Next time, I'll be ready for you. And what are you hitting with first?
Parting the scent to put him off balance. Then reaping the body before he can right himself. Straight to the heart.
Pretty vicious yourself, old man.
Di herself came in and took her away.
Okay, but where's Elaine? I want to see Elaine.
Crimson Thorn Road. You're all going to. No, she's not. Breakbone may be a death sentence where you come from, but here it's easily healed. Maybe you could hold her hand while I do this?
I also really appreciate how, like, matter-of-fact they take euthanasia. I feel like that's very much in the spirit of how RJ wrote The Wheel of Time, where he deals with things like insanity and suicide and times when it's time to die compassionately and realistically. And I like that they're staying very true to that. I want to see an acceptance dress. I hate their sleeves.
When you become accepted like that young, you learn from each of the artists about their speciality, their purpose. Exploring our great library with the Browns, learning statecraft, diplomacy, the Greys. And when you come here, the Yellow Sisters teach you good healing. It's a response to the symptoms and disease you're presented with. But we've heard of the archers. The trial boxes go through to become accepted. When my sisters ask you if you're ready, I suggest you say yes. Then our work can begin. I'm allowed to teach accepting.
They make her simultaneously, like, terrifying and obviously awful and likable. Like, she's cold and you know she's no good, but you can believe that she really wants what's best for Nynaeve or to help her out in some way. Also, I really like these decorative axe covers or something. That's really pretty. The colors and everything are so great. I like the fact that the Yellows have a dedicated hospital that's away from the tower, or if it's part of the tower, it's like some weird offshoot. I love everything that they've done with the sets here. It's so nice. She's gonna poison Matt. That's why she got the Crimson Thorn, and he's gonna be gone.
What's mine?
Sweet cakes. I'm feeling generous.
Are they poison?
If I wanted you dead, boy, I could think of far more creative options.
What do you want from me then?
We're merely observing to make sure the effects of the dagger from Shadar Lagoth are fully passed through your system.
Like why you locked that door behind you?
It's honestly a pretty comfortable looking cell. Like, it's definitely not the worst. It could be nice if they gave him some books to read. I know that Matt's not technically much of a reader, but it would be nice to offer at least, because if you've got literally nothing to do, it would be worth taking up the habit. But it's pretty nice otherwise, and I guess I was wrong. I'm sure everybody assumed that Leandrin poisoned his honey cakes. I was expecting she would come in and he would be gone, but, you know. Somebody's moving. Or something. Oh, it's Elaine! Hooray!
Oh, you can leave those right there. Thank you so much. The day starts early around here. And yes, I am. But I would appreciate it if you show me what you've done with your room, will you? It's just with this tiny space, it's just impossible. I've seen closets this bigger. So you've just moved in too? Oh, I'm so grateful I'm not the only one starting today. You really think they'd do a better job at cleaning up before we arrived, don't you think? Mine was full of rubbish too. I see you didn't just move in. I did not.
That's pretty perfect. I love Elaine. I'm pretty unabashedly an Elaine stan with her perfect tone deaf while trying to be sensitive and all her many traits, and that's pretty great. And now she feels like an asshole.
I'm so pleased. I never thought that the tower would let me live with the rest of the novices. Why wouldn't you live with the rest of us? Oh, you know, the whole daughter heir thing. You were my, subject. I'm Egwene Alvear. There are some things best left between sisters. What Leandrin's proposed.
Alana's costumes are killing me. They're so beautiful. Also, I love how stiff Shiriam is. I really appreciate her. And her plain clothes, like, it just suits her. I feel like this woman is really kind of nailing Shiriam's sort of, you know, buttoned up attitude. Yeah, I'm here for all of this. I really love what they've done with the tower. It's so much more that it wasn't like I thought they did a bad job with it in season 1. In fact, I feel like they did a great job of showing that it is so empty. I also really liked the way that they did Elaine, her with all of her luggage. I went to a college on the East Coast and I live on the West Coast, and I did not come from very much money, and so I had to pack my entire life into 2 suitcases to go to college. And where I went to school, there were a lot of people from wealthy families whose parents would basically rent them U-Hauls to drive them up from New York and Connecticut or wherever, and they would have just tons of stuff for their rooms, which were crammed full, and my room looked like Egwene's. So, gives me a little bit of flashback to college there. Really appreciate that. I appreciate how polite Egwene is in her facial expression, which shows how absolutely uninterested she is in the idea that she's Elaine's subject. I also feel like Kira Coveney is doing such a great job of really nailing what Elaine means when she calls someone her subject, because I feel like so many people get it wrong when they think of how Elaine makes use of that word, because they believe when she says it that she feels like people owe her something when she thinks of them as her subject, when it's absolutely the opposite. Someone who is her subject is someone that Elaine has a responsibility to, rather than the other way around. So she looks at Egwene and sees someone that she owes. And I really like that, and I really feel like Kara nailed that tone. She did such a good job.
Do you know why these men and women are being born now, sister? With so much more power than we've ever seen.
Not just Nynaeve, but Egwene, and the daughter heir too.
And the first dragons.
The last battle is near, sister.
I'm sure. I was like, I need a drink for that.
In the hall, you speak as one, not 3. That is, if you intend to be here to speak at all. Oh, good. Did you come to help her?
No. Leandrina told me I could come by. She...
Leandrin sit down, he just left. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch her.
Well, that doesn't seem ominous. You probably want your... They got flashlights right there on the little ledge up there.
Spend the night here. Find out if anyone's seen Fane or whatever killed that Fane.
Got that good episode 2 music, the traveling music. It's almost like they're replaying some of the music for each episode. I'll have to keep listening and see if they do that. They played music from episode 1 in episode 1 of season 2, and like this little bit right here is a piece of music from episode 2 of season 1 that they're playing again in episode 2 of season 2, so I'll just keep an ear out for it.
Aren't you coming? I prefer to sleep under the stars.
Suit yourself.
They're not your pack, you know.
As it is, and I promised each other we wouldn't return there until our history of the world since the breaking was complete.
And yet here you are.
History needn't be written when it's being wrought. I assume it's one of the boys you brought back to Tumble on Staunton. The dragon.
She's gonna stab you, B.
That's close enough. Their fear that it will break the world again blinds them to the truth. That after all these years, our world is still broken.
I need to know the allegiance, sister.
Well, she'll give you any oath you want.
You will simply have to trust me. And I you. Come back to the fire, sit beside us.
Well, that just made her feel really uncomfortable and unsettled. Party in the foregate. Oh, yeah, the puppets. Right on. Is Rand gonna go kick the shit out of that guy? Is he gonna use some of those sword forms on him? Is he just gonna, like, melt him with his mind? Find out. Oh, fuck. Oops. Oops.
I have to be alone.
We could be alone together.
Yeah, because that sounds like a healthy relationship.
You didn't really need me to show you around town, did you? Well, no. 6 summers here as a girl, and you'd know it like the back of your hand, too.
Who let your maids into the novice quarters with all of this nonsense?
Oh. She only did it as a favour to my mother.
Her name.
If what she did demands punishment, then I will take it.
Then you will be in my office every morning for the next 3 months. Feeling the switch on your shoulders.
Of course, Shireen, said I. Before breakfast or after?
Where's my new Almira gone off to?
I'm sorry, I don't know Shireen, said I. Your room? Well, you wanted them to clean it out.
Sounds like they're going to basically cut out the character of Morghese or make her more like just a background figure of a big bossy queen in the background, and Elaine wants to be a little bit more down to earth, which, yeah, that's fine. I think that Morghese's character needs to basically be cut. Her arc is not particularly important, and since it seems like Robin is not one of the Forsaken that they're keeping, then she doesn't need to be kept much either. I'm assuming she can either die off screen or die really conveniently in some other fashion, and Elaine can be queen because of that, not because anything happened with Morghese. Yeah, that's some Elaine right there. That's her to a T. I really, Kira's great.
Let's try. We'll take the edge off the pain.
Means the pain is in his heart too. Crimson Thorn won't help with that. It'll still be hurting when you go. When you turn right to help smooth the inflammation. Get out! Get out! Get out! I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Another cell. What?
So you're the possum that's been scratching at my wall. So what did you do to piss off the blonde?
Nothing.
Ah, it's the sex thing there. Yeah, she looks like she'll be into domination. Those cheekbones. I mean,
That Colton.
It was in the Borderlands, wasn't it? You probably saw him prancing across the desert on a black steed, sword out, hair whipping. It was outside Chachi.
You threw Moraine Zedine upon him.
Any old warder can protect you from a Trolloc. But the right one can protect you from yourself.
That horn that Adelius is drinking out of is really cool. I really like how they told this story. It was almost like they were forcing them to talk to each other by getting them to tell the story of how they met. And so it flowed really well with the two of them, like telling a little bit each time and forced them to communicate almost. It's really well done. They're doing such a good job. What a good show. Oh, God, it's so pretty.
Think you can fit?
yeah, let me just,
Oh, a bottle of wine.
think you should let me work through one a week.
So, are you going to tell me why you're in here?
I see things.
If I keep drinking this, I'll see things too. What kind of thing?
Glimpses of the hand. You really don't want to know what I see when I look at you.
Unless it's how I get out of there. Absolutely not. No, I would rather not know the shit that's headed my way. Will you visit again?
I'll check my social calendar, possum. But I think it's pretty open.
Then be you I.
I don't want to hurt you.
You can't. What's left of him, he still has my heart. When I'm with you, I can pretend you're him. I can pretend I'm all again. What do you think of?
Someone I wish I could forget.
Well, I do like how they make it very casual, and I don't want to say, like, meaningless, but it's sort of like, when I'm with you, I can pretend you're someone else. It's not exactly the most romantic thing, and while it's like, you know, there's all this subtext here that poor little Rand doesn't really get because he doesn't know that she's, you know, an ancient evil being who is in love with the former person that he once was, and she can pretend that, you know, he's good enough because Luce Theron's in there somewhere. It's not really very romantic, you know, which it never was. Her obsession with Rand was never romantic. It was creepy and weird and not very easy to understand because it's not like Rand got any of the best parts of Luce Theron, really. I just, yeah, never really got it. This is much more honest, honestly. I kind of appreciate it.
Just have to be honest what works for us. You'll help me remember. And I'll help you forget.
I present to you my secret weapon. The air leaves that increase the pressure and speed up the fermentation. They're just much more manageable.
They're gonna get shit-faced.
It packs a punch. We came here together. She's my best friend.
Right, how exciting.
It She's not doing anything exactly. I guess that's the problem. All I do is study, work myself to the bone, following the rules. Unless she tries. Or she gets ahead.
Egwene, I know we're only just getting to know each other, so I hope you'll forgive me when I say jealousy. It's not the best look on you.
This is one thing that I don't really like. Egwene has faults, but that's not one of them. She is always pushed against her, her competitor, the person she competes against, is always herself. And I personally feel like Egwene is neurodivergent, and she just has this deep thirst for knowledge and this push against herself. And yeah, her social skills aren't the best, and she's kind of obnoxious sometimes, but it's just like she just does her thing. And there is never an indication that everybody like woo-wooing about Nynaeve ever bothers her in the books. And maybe that's because she gets lots of praise too, or because she learns really well. But I don't know. I don't like it, even if they've got a good reason for doing it. And I hope that they're able to at least make it work in such a way that Egwene gets over it real fast, because since it wasn't a look she ever had, and it's not a good look, I hope they make use of it to perhaps build an understanding of why she pushes herself so hard, or something like that. Because you can't have her internal narrative where she talks about her incredible thirst for knowledge. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it.
The entrance had died. This is about early. If I could take back what is about to be offered to you, I would, but I've already set the wheels in motion, so here we are. She is ready to leave behind what she was, and alone, passing through her fears, gain acceptance.
Uh-oh. Yeah, tell us what's on it, Lon, because she won't. Just read it. Just read it.
I'm not leaving you.
I was wrong, Lan. I was wrong about everything. Rand and I did what I had to do to protect the Dragon Reborn, because my loyalty is to him. And him alone.
I'm still your war.
No, you failed me. Without Beren and Adelaide, I would be dead.
You asshole.
We were never equals. Light protect you. But Lan, not Dragoran.
You forgot this, dick. Oh, that looks alarming. Oh, God, you can't push somebody in a helmet, dick. Hot Mishima. Oh, break your fucking hand punching people with helmets. Oh dear. That fight was dope. I was not expecting to have the Shanshan show up so fast. I figured that it would probably not be until episode 3 or 4, so...
Are they ready?
They'll have to be one.
Jan was attacked in a floor gate last night, so we needed to fill the position. It won't be much different than what you've been doing already. Your charge is just have richer families or special patrons all. And you get some fresh air.
Your usual orderly had a terrible accident last night, so I'll be taking care of you for the next few months. I have a feeling you and I have a lot more in common.
Right on. That was a really good episode. What might be? Are we gonna get some flicker action? I really appreciated how they had the flies in the room. Perrin got to experience that instead of Rand, but it was like an interesting situation. I like how Elias is creeping around on the outside. I have a feeling because he didn't sleep in the village that there's gonna be some wolf action. They're gonna be coming to maybe rescue everybody so that they can get away and then plan some action later on. Looking forward to that. But that was a great episode. I'm really enjoying this. Thanks for tuning in and watching my react video. Season 2, Episode 2, Friends and Enemies. Love those episodes named after actual book chapters. My name is Morgan. Take it easy.